Alright, so we're gonna have a quick look at ViewRanger on the computer and the benefits of using it on your computer. Now this is ViewRanger on the computer is basically the planning stages of your riding or your whatever you're doing. Also the studying the maps. The phone's what I've shown you on the phone is pretty much the best things to use it for when you're out there, and really the phone app is kind of limited to really for when you're out there. I wouldn't really use it for like studying maps when I'm at home. I mean, you can if you want, but the computer's a lot better. You just have more more options. Alright, so once you've gone to viewranger.com, you always hit my ViewRanger. Make an account. You can make it for free too. And you don't actually need an account for the phone app. You just need an account for the computer. So let's go to routes. Now all my routes and all my tracks that I showed you on my phone are right here. Okay, so you can access them and look at them, edit them. You can look at your look at past rides and stuff, see where you went, maybe make something different for another day. So you can what else is really cool about the ViewRanger is you can import these routes from other people. So you can go to your Strava account. As long as you have Strava Premium, you can download any route from any user, as long as it's not private. You can download not only routes, you can download people's rides. I can show you how to do that on Strava as well. But yeah, you can do that, and then what you do, instead of looking at it on a crappy Strava map that they've got without any info, without any elevation, without any waypoints, without any flexibility of changing maps, all the cool stuff, you just hit this, you go create route from a GPX, which is the same format Strava will, ViewRanger will save your routes to, like I showed you there. You'll go to, now this is the tolerance. You can hit the question mark, it'll explain what tolerance means. You really want the tolerance, you don't want the tolerance very low. The lower the number, the more turns it's going to give you, and the more detailed the route will be on your phone. You don't need it detailed, it's just a basic guidance of where you need to go. Your recording of that route will be in detail when you upload it. So I always do it between 60 and 100. If I have a lot of turns on my ride, I'll put it a little bit higher so it doesn't so those lines don't cut across valleys or elevation changes, which will give you inaccurate data of your elevation that route will be. The one thing on that note of elevation, ViewRanger does not match the Strava's elevation. They are, for some reason, way off. I don't know if Strava's correct, I don't know if ViewRanger's correct. But ViewRanger always, elevation is, once you've made a route, it'll always tell you that elevation gain on that ride or route is going to be a lot higher than it really is. I often make 10,000 foot rides or routes on ViewRanger, and they end up being about anything from 7 to 8,000 feet on Strava. So just something to keep in mind. So you can go to anyone's account. So let's see Marcus's ride right here. Hit Marcus's ride. Bear with me on my slow computer here. And then what you have to do is go to the these three dotted lines over here. I think you probably already know this. Actions. Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh no, it's this. It's on his map. It's GPX right here. Download that, and you can do this with anyone's ride. And it's much easier than this is a way better way of following someone's route versus finding it in your phone and then following it. Because once you're following it in the phone, and you're really restricted to using the Strava app, and for one, it glitches. Two, it doesn't have the map saved. So if lots of times the routes that you're looking at are basic guidelines of a ride you want to do. It's not, you don't want to do the exact ride. You don't want to trust that that person hit the right trails or the best route they could have made. You want to kind of maybe change it or be out there and maybe make some different decisions. Okay, so I've downloaded his ride. I'm going to do the tolerance at 80, which means that it won't be as very detailed. It'll just give me a basic kind of lineage of where he went. Okay, so here it is, right here, my recent downloads. Upload. It does take a little bit. It's quite a lot of stuff it has to figure out, so. So once it uploads, it automatically goes into the mapping page. So this is basically this is what you look at when you create routes. This is what you look at when you look at routes, or even just look at the map. This is the page that you can see, so you'll have all these things. I always hit graph straight away, because if you hit graph, it gives you all this information appears. So this is the height gain, height loss, 6,000. Let's see. So you can see, like I said, his ride was 5,000 feet, but on View Ranger, it's 6,000. Now that's because the tolerance that I was telling you was a little higher, so these lines aren't changing direction as much. So I'm just saying, like, if you make a route and it's really big, the only downside to View Ranger is it's not accurate in terms of using Strava, so you might be intimidated by a route that you've made, but really it's actually not that bad. Okay, so now we see his ride. The automatic map that it gives you is terrible. I don't know what it is. You always have to change it. So these are all the maps, just like you have on your phone. The three I use mostly are the topos, the two topos, the land use one and the land coverage one. Coverage gives you the different, basically gives you an idea of the mountains, or almost like a 3D look of the terrain, and then the land use one tells you who owns the land. Open cycle map is underneath. These are the free maps. So still, open cycle map is really, really good. So this is his ride. Now what's cool about this, so once his ride's uploaded and on this screen, it's saved on your account. You hit save route right here, and then that's in there forever. The one thing to know is I don't have my cell phone with me. My cell phone is recording this video, but I forgot to show on the app the only way for those routes and everything to show up that you've done on your computer is you have to hit sync on the app, and that basically just syncs everything. It doesn't sync automatically, you have to sync it manually. It just takes like 10 seconds. You need the internet, so don't get out to your place you want to ride and expect that ride to be there. You have to make sure you sync it before you leave the house or before you lose signal, otherwise it won't be on your phone. So now that ride, and I can go if I want to change the name of this ride, I can. It's automatically done what he named that. And then this is now in my routes right here. And I can go back to my phone and I can follow this ride. And it's going to record it a lot more accurately than it's showing here. Like I said, the breadcrumbs will be, just as accurate as Strava would be, and it will give you all your segment times and everything like that. While on that note though, you do need your phone out of any power saving mode to use ViewRanger properly. You will, the ViewRanger. What's nice, the ViewRanger app will always warn you that your phone is in power mode or is in a mode that doesn't give you optimized recordings. ViewRanger doesn't really use much battery as well. I found it's really light on battery use. Okay, so let's go to let's now we've looked at looking at other people's rides. Let's do create a route from scratch, which is a lot of the times what I do. Oh, and while we're on that, you can change this ride. It's so easy, you just drag this and you can change it. So if you want to do a different route, you just want to download someone's ride that's similar and then you want to change it, then you can. But you don't have to. So you can create a route from scratch. And this is if you want to make a route yourself, then it's super easy. You just hit this, what I do is do a quick rough ride, and then if you really want to have accurate information of the elevation and stuff, you can add more little waypoints. They're called waypoints, but waypoints are basically just turns or changes of direction. My mileage is up here, my elevation, my graph, it's telling me my climbing and how gradual it is. So the ViewRanger website is equally as important as the app when you're downloading people's rides and trying to follow them. And I'll quickly go over syncing. Now what's nice about the computer one too is you can just view the maps and really just study the areas with all the awesome maps that it has. And you have all these maps in one place, so you don't have to keep looking at different stuff. No heat map, unfortunately, but there is satellite, and all these maps you can access on your phone. And you'll notice that a lot of trails that you wouldn't expect to be there are on this map. For example, the Grouse Ridge, the ridge